Reflow, then you could click wherever you want to, and then when you want to add a new slide, just click Insert Slide Break here, type whatever you need, and then you can either click Insert Slide Break again, or you can use the keyboard shortcut, and that is Option Return. Presented by Church Tech U, it's the ProPresenter Show. On today's show, how to display information as you're typing it in ProPresenter. Hi, and welcome again to the ProPresenter Show. This is the show where, of course, I teach you all about ProPresenter. My name's Paul Allen Clifford. And before we get started, if you've ever been in a situation where you're in the middle of doing presentations and something changes and you need to display it right then and there, go ahead, like, subscribe, tell me about it in the comments below, you know, all that fun jazz. So this comes to us as a question that I received over in the official ProPresenter group on Facebook. The person who asked it said, hey, here's the situation. At my church, most of the time things are planned out pretty well, but occasionally we'll have kind of spontaneous worship, and they'll be just making up the words as they go along. And I really want to put them up as I can get them up. Is there anything I could do to make that happen in ProPresenter? And I thought about it a minute, and I thought, yeah, actually you can. So let's head over to the computer and we'll take a look at it. So here we are in ProPresenter, and probably there are a couple of things that you could do to do this. Well, let me show you one way that would kind of work, and then I'll show you another way that I think I would probably do it. So first off, we could create a new presentation because this is, you know, a new song or whatever. So I'm just going to go where the word library is, go to the right here, go down to new presentation. Remember, a presentation is a group of slides. So a new song, etc. So we're just going to go new presentation. We're going to give it a name. Let's just call it spontaneous. We can always rename it later if we need to. Select the theme you want. You probably want to select the resolution of your largest display. Let's put this in hymns. It's not a hymn, but you know, whatever. And then put it into whichever playlist you want, you know, maybe the day that you're actually working. So there we go. Let's look at the theme. I think I'm just going to go with this one. Okay, so now that we've got it in here, what I could do is I could right click and select edit slide, or click on edit up here. Also Control E on the Mac or Alt E on Windows will take you to it. All three do the exact same thing. Probably I would do the keyboard shortcut because you just want to do it as fast as possible. So you could click in here and start typing whatever you need to type, and then click show here, and that would cause it to show. Then if you wanted to add some more stuff, sorry about that, text expander got in my way there. And more stuff, and then show again, it's going to update. That is one way to do it. Now, the downside of doing it that way is that you can't really see what's showing up on the screen. Now, if you're in the same room and you can see the screen, or you've got a preview monitor off to your side, that solves that problem. But do you like these videos, but you'd really like to learn from me in person? Well, I've got some great news for you. I am traveling around the country and maybe even around the world training churches on how to use ProPresenter. So I've got a either a 1 or a 1.5 day class that you can attend For more details, head on over to TDM.fyi/events24, the top one right here, and register for the event nearest you. If there is no event that's near you, no problem. You can request one. So head on over to tdm.fyi/class request. That's this one down here, and you can say, hey, I'm interested in attending a class, or even I'm interested in hosting a class. Up to you which you prefer. In the last one, that is just information. It's not obligation, so don't hesitate to put your information in there, and I'll let you know when there's a class in your area, or we'll talk about what it takes to host a class. It's probably a lot less than you imagine that it is. So head over there, and I look forward to meeting you in person. There's another way to do it. So let me show you the alternate way, and you just pick the one that works best for you in your situation. So we can go back here to show, and now I could, if I wanted to add more stuff, right click on it, go to quick edit, click in here, and type whatever I want. Right, and then I can click this X, click on it again, and it updates. Right click, quick edit, click in here, arrow down to the end, and type in whatever I need to right there, and so on. Now when I need to add a new slide, I can click down here, click on the first one here, and it adds another one, and then I can right click, quick edit, and type whatever I need to, and show it, and right click, quick edit, type whatever I need to, click the X again, and show it. So I could really quickly just go through all of that. I will show you how I make slides personally. This isn't like a update it live kind of thing, but it is a situation where if you've got an amount of text that you want to get in and you haven't copied it or pasted it or anything, it's not out of a text document, it's just in your head, this may be another way to do it. So if from the presentation you go to Reflow, then you could click wherever you want to, and then when you want to add a new slide, just click Insert Slide Break here, type whatever you need, and then you can either click Insert Slide Break again, or you can use the keyboard shortcut, and that is Option Return on the Mac or Control Enter on Windows. They do the exact same thing basically as this button. So I could type Option Return, type Option Return, type Option Return. And this, of course, is all nonsense, but it's easy to see. And the problem here, though, is, if I click here, notice it's just not working here. Let's see here. Yeah, see, this isn't helping me because this is for the stage screen. So there's no show button here that works the same way, but see, not in any of these. I really wish there was a show button here, because this, I think, would be the best way to do it if it had a show button, is to do it in Reflow Editor. But let's say that it's right before church starts and the pastor hands you a handwritten post-it note with just some points that need to be added in, and you really don't have a lot of time. This is the way I would do it. actually, when it comes down to it, this is actually anytime that I'm teaching at a conference, like I'm teaching at the Church Facilities Expo coming up in the fall. I'm also teaching at the Church and Technology Summit coming up in the fall. Anytime I do that and they want slides, well, I just go into Reflow Editor, put in all my text, and then having put in all the text, then I go through and then I add the appropriate theme to make it look better. And I'll also add in images, etc. But that's the way that I get the text in real quickly. So I guess it's up to your situation. If it's we're doing this song that is being written on the spot kind of thing, then I would probably do the second way that I showed you, doing the quick edit. Maybe the first way if I had a good preview just to make sure that it actually did show, because I don't like not knowing for sure that it's showing up what I think that it's showing. So those are the two. If I have the least amount of time, that's the way that I'm going to do it. If I have a little bit of time, but I need to get a large amount of text in pretty quickly and I've got to type it, then I'm going to go through Reflow Editor. If I've got text that I've copied or I've got it as a text document, etc., then I can just file import and that would work. But those are just some of the little strategies that you can use to get text into ProPresenter really quickly. If you like this content, you'd probably like my ProPresenter Quick Start course. So head on over to TDM.fyi/ProQuick. Give me your name and email address and I'll make a login for you for free. Till next time, this is Paul Allen Clifford from TrinityDigitalMedia.com and ChurchTechU.com, reminding you to go out and change eternity.